I'm over 40. Can I get a master's degree admission? Would they accept me? I have a higher national diploma. Can I get a direct master's? I have a family and I want to relocate to the UK through the study route. Is that possible? In this video, I'll be answering these questions and more. So if you want to know the answers to some of the frequently asked questions about the UK educational system, especially the postgraduate programs, please keep on watching.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Cause you know I get it, I'm getting freaky. Yeah, I'm a freaky crazy. Get that freaky on, get that freaky on. Getting freaky. Get it right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi K, the Tea Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also a Development Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In this educational series, I talk about the UK admission process, I talk about the UK visa application process, I talk about tips and tricks on how to enjoy your stay in the UK as an international student, and I also talk about tips and tricks on how to earn more money as an international student in the UK. So if you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button to stay subscribed, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, before we continue with this video, I just want to remind you that I offer some UK educational services, and those services include essay writing, academic CV writing, to boost your chances of getting an admission, and the UK admission package. Now, the UK admission package comprises of me curating courses and schools that best fit you, helping you to write your SOPs for the courses I've chosen, and also helping you to write your academic CV. And then I'll also help you with the application process so that you will increase your chances of getting an admission. Now, if you want to use any of my services, please check the description box for my email address and then send me a mail. Please, when sending me a mail, be specific in your mail. Please let me know your educational background, your professional experience, and also your intended course in the UK. You can also send me your documents so that I can review it and let you know if you fit into my clientele profile or not. You can also join the Telegram group. There you get real-time information about the whole UK educational process. We talk about the admission process, we talk about application process, we talk about everything concerning the UK educational system and also the UK. If you want to know which school is offering admission, which school has opened application process, which school has closed, which school has started giving offers, and the rest, so that if you've applied to any of those schools, you know when to expect your own offer, then you should be in the group. But now, when you join the group, you're going to be restricted for some certain amount of days, because you're supposed to use that time to read up the messages that have been sent in the group, and also the pin messages to catch up with the information in the group, so that you don't keep repeating questions that we've already tackled. So you can join the group. Please be respectful, read up the information, and then you can now send me a private message if you want to use my services. So the link to the Telegram group is also in the description box. Please check it out. Now, with all that said, let's get into this video. Now, the number one question I get is, I'm over 40, I'm 48, I'm this age. Would they offer me master's admission, direct master's admission? And I'm like, to the best of my knowledge, UK doesn't discriminate. That's to the best of my knowledge. They would accept you if you fit into the student profile, if your educational background is in line with the course, if your professional experience is in line with the course, you will get an offer. I've had clients who are over 45, yes, 45, who have gotten direct masters, and this is both January and September. No discrimination, because most times they expect that if you are at that age, you would have a wealth of experience and you are a good candidate for postgraduate courses, because there will be some students who have just graduated maybe 2 years, especially the UK students, and they are very young and they don't really have real life information or real life experience. They would want someone who has professional experience in the class to also give some of their experience, to also share some of their experience and what they did. So they are, you might find out that you that are 45 will be the ones that will so Mr. This, can you share some of the things that you did when you were doing this, or some of the things that you used to do? You might get to be more of the talker, because you're going to help the students that don't really have experience understand that some of the theoretical things you might learn, you might have to adapt or something. So they really would love people who have experience. Now, the only issue that you might have is with visa, not the school per se, because if you submit your certificate, your transcript, your English proficiency test and passport and everything, and you write a good XCP, you would get an admission if you are choosing courses that best fit you based on your educational background or your professional experience. And I've actually seen someone that I kind of knew, that overseas, that just finished a master's degree at City University of London. Now that person is already a resident in the UK, so that is different, but the point is they don't discriminate with age. Now where you might have an issue is with the visa application, because if you have a long study gap or a large study gap, you're expected to show what you've been doing from when you graduated from your first degree to now that you want to go and get a second degree. So while applying, you should submit your employment letter, your promotional letter, NYC and the rest, just to show you've not been sitting down. And if you have a business, I think you're supposed to upload your business document and also some reference letter or recommendation letter from some of your clients that will say, oh, I've been using this person, or I've been working with this person for like 10 years, 5 years, so that they'll be like, okay, they sit at home, they look, and they'll be like, you've been getting experience and the rest. So above 40, you're good. Above 30, you're good. Almost 50, you're good. So if you are thinking that you don't know how you're going to apply and increase your chances, you can contact me to help you with your admission. I don't discriminate just the way UK universities don't discriminate. And people approach me and say, oh, I'm this certain age and this, and I'm like, age doesn't matter. You can get educated at any point in time. So age doesn't matter. If you're thinking about doing it, do it. No matter what happens, you're going to be older. So do it, get extra knowledge, and help your career get a boost. So okay, so if it doesn't matter, let's go to the next question. So the next question that I get is, as dependent visa being stopped? And I've been getting this question because of all the noise and everything. They are restricting, people are plenty, this. Anyway, if you've watched my last video, you know the dependent visas are going to be restricted. Now only certain people are going to be able to bring their family. Those that are doing more than 1 year course or postgraduate research courses. So please watch that last video. It's going to explain more about what you should do and how you should be proactive. So dependent visas have not been stopped right now, but there is a plan to restrict the students that can bring dependents. So please watch that video. Everything has been explained there, and hopefully you get a few tips and tricks to be able to avoid not relocating with your family. The next question is, do I have to pay all my school fees before I can get CAS? No and yes. Now schools have gone crazy. Some schools have implemented policies that you have to pay all your school fees before you can get CAS. Now schools like University of Bolton, DMU, and I've forgotten one other school that says you have to pay all your school fees. In fact, when you are applying, like for Bolton, when you're applying, you're supposed to upload your bank statement. There's another school that sent a message that please send us your bank statement that contains your school fees all your school fees and your maintenance fee for 28 days, like as if you are doing visa at the beginning. If you don't send it within a certain amount of days, they will not continue your application. So they will not even consider you or give you an offer. And I'm like, and in which way, with all this plan, this is not the time for schools to be doing that, because at the end of the day, they might lose heavily. If Suella implements some of the plans, the amount of students that will apply to the UK will reduce, and they definitely will not get any percentage, because who wants to pay the whole school fees? And some people can, but people are not going to go to a school that is going to give them stress. So yes, some schools request for all of your school fees before you can be given cash. Now most schools don't. They request for a certain amount, but the tuition fee deposit right now for a lot of schools have increased. Some as high as 8,000. Some say you must pay about 65% of your tuition fee before you can get cash. Some that were 1,000, like Sheffield Hallam University, that was 1,000, is now 3,000. And the way Sheffield Hallam's payment plan is I won't say it's unique, because almost all schools are now doing like that. For Sheffield Hallam, previously it used to be that you pay £1,000 for CAS. Then after you got in your visa, you would have pay 50% of your remaining school fees after some calculations, and then the discount has been deducted. But you pay 50% of the remaining before enrollment, and Sheffield Hallam, no, they joke with that enrollment fee. And now you have to pay £3,000 as deposit, then £5,000 before enrollment. So in total, before you resume school, you are paying 8,000. Chester is 8,000. University of Chester is 8,000 for tuition fee deposit. So it's changed. So a lot of things have changed. I get a lot of comments saying I want a school that requires 2,000 to 3,000 deposit, over 5,000, over 5 installments, no IELTS, no POF, no before class. And I'm like, then let's say tuition fee of 12,000 to 13,000. I'm like, that kind of list, go get them. Most schools are not like that. University of Hull, there are some courses that the tuition fee is £10,000, but if you have less than C5 in your nigerianlivinginuk, you have to do IELTS. The tuition fee deposit is £4,000, but they don't require POF before CAS. Then in November, you have to pay 50% of the remaining fees. It fits 2 criteria. £10,000 is within the tuition fee range that you want. No POF, if it's, but tuition fee deposit 4,000. If you don't have C5 and above IELTS, I have to tell people, you have to let go of some things. Either you want a course or school with tuition fee of less than 12,000 and you have to pay 8,000 as deposit, or before enrollment, or you get a school that the school fees is about 15,000, you pay a deposit of 3,000, but you have to show proof of fund before you get cash. You cannot get all that condition in one school. It's impossible right now, because a lot of things are happening. So I tell people, you have to let go of some of your demands, of your criteria. You just have to take it as it is. Either you choose a school that is that doesn't require POF, but you have to do IELTS, or you go to a school that does not require IELTS, but you have to pay 8,000 for deposit. So this is just the situation right now. So please try and do your research, and also reduce some of your demands, because it is getting tougher out there. So the next question is the IHS charges for a 2-year course double the IHS charges of 1 year course. I've said it in a few videos, it is not exactly double. There is a IHS charge calculator on the government.uk website. I am going to leave a link to the IHS calculator. So you impute the cost start date and cost year, and it will help you calculate how much you're going to pay. For a 2-year course right now, by April it's going to change, but right now it's about £1,150, and that for a 1-year course is about £705. But by April, most of the time things increase. They add a few pounds to some of their things, or few pence. So by April it will increase, but it will not increase drastically as how things increase in Nigeria. It might go from 1,150 for the 2-year course to about 1,200 or 1,250. Not like Nigeria, you just see 1,500 here. But I'm just telling you guys, because if you have for September 2023, you're definitely not going to pay £1,150, because it will have increased by the time you get your cars and you are supposed to apply for visa. Another question I get is, I have a conditional offer, is my place secured? If you know what happened last year, you will know that conditional offer is just conditional offer. Just take, no matter the conditional offer, wherever it is, either the condition is to pay your school fees or condition is to upload some things, most of the time it's just conditional offer. Now, if you, the only time you are assured that yes, I am resuming in this school is when you get your class, and that is the truth. Now, for some schools, you would even pay your school tuition fee deposit and still get deferred. It happened a lot in 2022. It happened. Salford, Derby, so many schools. So until you get the class, that is when you know that yes, this session I am there live and direct. But it is what it is. Before, conditional offer is like, oh yes, I've gotten a space. Yes, there's a 50% chance that you might not end up in the class, but that used to be what it used to be. It used to be like an assurance. Then when you get your unconditional offer, after you paid your tuition fee deposit, it used to be like, yes, I'm going to resume. But things are just changes. So until you get your class, before you know that yes, UK, here I come. Even with that, you also have to pray for visa, but at least you know that class, you are supposed to be there, pending nothing happening to you. So it is what it is. The next question is something I get right now. I want to apply for September 2023. Is it too late? No, it's not too late. Definitely the best time to have applied for September 2023 is September 2022 to December 2022, and that is the truth. I keep saying it, and I've said it in my group. People will think it's a lie or I'm being mean, but the closer it is to the course start date or the application deadline, the harder it is to get an offer. Now, if you applied in September 2022 to December 2022, your chances of getting an offer is between 75% to 100%, and this is not lying, especially if you apply to courses that you best fit for, because a lot of people are not started applying, so they were going to give a lot of offers. Now, your chances of getting an offer if you apply from January to around April is between 50% to 75%, and this is me being real, because people that applied between September to December, most of them started getting their offers like October, November, December. If you were in this Telegram group, you know a lot of people applied in October, November, and they just started receiving offers this January. Like out of, I think, 90% of the people that applied for October, November, December, I've received offers, which is such a good thing for me, because I was like, oh my god, this is such a good news. Like, as this month has been nice. So that aside, so now a lot of people that have gotten their offers would start paying, especially if you are in Nigeria, and they would have, a lot of people have started their form A. Some people have paid already. Hall has seen a lot of people paying, because Hall was one of the first set of people to be giving offers quickly when they first opened. Stafford has seen a lot of people. In fact, Stafford will tell you they cannot assure you of any space because people have started paying. A lot of people in Hall have paid, a lot of people in Stafford. I know Sheffield Alarm just started giving offers this month, so definitely if you apply to Sheffield Alarm, you will still get quite a lot of offers from Sheffield Alarm because it just started. Now for Hall, when they first opened their application process, they were giving offers like 1 week, 2 weeks. Now it's taking like a month, 6 weeks, because a lot of the offers have been given and people have been paying their tuition fee deposit. So if you apply now, make sure your application is strong, your SOP is strong. Make sure you're applying to courses that you best fit for, so that they'll have no choice but to give you an offer. So please be smart when applying. Now if you apply after April, that's from May to like July, your chances of getting an offer is between 0 to 25, and that's because most schools would have closed. So if you want to apply, please, if you want to apply for September 2023, please try and make sure that your application is sent out between January to April. If you're planning to apply for January 2024, please try and start making your applications by April, May, so that you'll be one of the first sets that will be given January 2024 admission. It might take a while before you get your offer, because then they'll be dealing with September, but definitely when they start giving offers, you'll be one of the first sets that will get offers. Okay, so the last question I usually get is I have a higher national diploma and a national diploma, can I get a direct master's program admission? And the answer to that is yes and no. Now for those who have a higher national diploma, most of the time you need something extra to give you a boost to get that direct master's. Now two things that you need to give you that boost is a wealth of experience, a wealth of professional experience, and also extra academic or professional qualifications. Now I've talked about this in a few videos. If you've not watched them, you should watch them. Other options that you might get. Now if you don't have those things like the wealth of experience or extra qualification, that's academic or professional, most of the time you might be given a top-up or a pre-master's program option. I have a video where I talked about that, and this is the same thing that might be offered to those who have a third class. Please watch that video, just check, you will see it there, and you understand more about the pre-masters and the top-up options. Now those who have a wealth of experience and those who have other qualifications, that's academic or professional qualification, are most likely to get direct master's offers. Now it's not all schools that are going to accept your HND or ND, but there are some schools that have been known to accept, but it also depends on how you package yourself and package your CV and package your SOP. Now I'm going to give instances of two peculiar cases that have helped. The first person that I'm going to mention is a client who has over 10 years of experience and has HND and ND, and I believe she didn't even get a first class or distinction. I'm not going to mention the grade, but it was not a first class or upper credit, and did not have extra qualification. But what that person had was a wealth of experience, over 10 years. Now for HND holders or ND holders, I insist that you apply to a lot of schools, basically, and you apply to schools that have a reputation of accepting HND. Now personally, I don't do one application, two application, I do more than that, as I have only one package for HND holders. So in her SOP, we talked about a lot of things that she had done and also talked about a career progression. Now, some schools rejected instantly, another school rejected almost instantly, then a couple of days after gave her an offer. Now, what I think happened with the other school that gave her an offer was that that school doesn't really accept HND, so automatic rejection came. But when the course leader, program leader now reviewed our application, read our SCP, looked at the CV and everything, and I was like, hold on. This person has a wealth of knowledge. This person is almost at the peak of a cadre in our establishment. The establishment is a public government agency. It's going to bring quite a balanced experience to the class. And then he said, okay, come, we need you. And that is what I say. If you're going to apply with HND, you don't really have the leverage that a bachelor degree holder has. So you're going to talk more about your experience, and that's what we want to see. So the CV, SCP, and all the talking that we did was able to give her that offer. Now we're expecting more offers. The second profile is someone who has over 15 years experience, has a HND, has ND, and also has a PGD. So the person has extra qualification and experience, and because of that, this person has had over 4 offers. Now, when I saw the person and read the CV, looked at everything, I was like, please don't limit yourself to just the schools that we know that accept HND. Apply to any school that you like. Because personally, if I was the program leader of any course that he is applying to, and I look at his CV, look at his educational background, look at everything, I'm going to be like, I don't care if it's HND, please come. You even have a postgraduate diploma, so come, because you are going to come with a lot of experience that I would love to have in the class, so that when we are doing discussions, you can be one of the people that will be giving us things that you've done, practical things, not just paper things, theoretical things, practical things, and how you adapt things. Because sometimes when you learn some things in theory, when you get to the field, things will change. So adaptation works. So that kind of person, I'm not surprised that we were able to get about 4 offers out of 5 that I applied for. The last one, which I applied for in Sheffield Hallam University, and he loves the offer because it's a 2-year course. It is such a wonderful course, and it fits with his future plans. So for you to apply with HND, ND, you need an extra bit of help. You need extra bit of knowing what they want, and what they want is experience and extra qualification. And you also need to be able to show that you have the experience. It's not to go and lie that you have the experience. You need to show that you have the experience. So that's basically all about HND and ND. You either take the pre-masters option, top-up option, or you gain a wealth of knowledge, extra qualification, and then you apply. Now, some people don't have a PhD, but they have a wealth of experience and something like ICANN and the rest, and that also helps to boost their chances of getting a direct master's offer. Another thing is to apply early if you have HND and ND, because like I said, the closer it gets to the deadline or the course start date, less offers that are available, and they will prioritize people who have a bachelor's degree. So if you have HND and ND, you need to apply now. You cannot wait till May. If you've not applied by April, you have less chances of getting an offer. Another thing is to make sure that all your documents are complete. Why those who have a bachelor degree might submit their application without transcript or certificate or reference letter. You should try and submit all your documents just to make sure that they know that you are serious and boost your chances of getting a direct master's. So that's all for today's video. I hope I was able to answer some of the burning questions that you have, and I hope you are able to get some tips and tricks to be able to make sure that your application process is as smooth as possible and also improve your chances of getting an offer. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload video. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.